Welcome back to your digital classroom, boys and girls. Today we're going to get started finding the volume of cubes and rectangular prisms. Okay, we've been working on finding the area of two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes and basically just figuring out how many 1 by 1 square units would cover those 2- and 3-dimensional shapes. Now we're trying to figure out how much space these 3-dimensional figures take up, okay? And today we're just going to get started with volumes of cubes and rectangular prisms. And you'll notice right now it says you should have a pencil, line paper, and your calculator. The top of your page should look like this. Your name, the date, and volume of cubes and rectangular prisms. You should pause the video to get these things so you can work these problems out with me, okay? Just because I'm not requiring you to upload a picture of your notes doesn't mean you shouldn't be following along and taking the notes, okay? Today when you go into your classroom, you're going to see when you get into your classroom, it looks something like this. It says stream, right? And then across the top it says stream, and then classwork, and then people. Okay, and the only difference with my page is it says grades over there. So if you click on stream, right, you always get all of these messages that I'm posting in the classroom. The most recent are at the top, okay? Your assignments today are right here at the top of the stream. Then when you click on classwork, you see now we're working on module 13 volume. Okay, the only difference between this page you're looking at and your page is your page says view your work in the top left corner instead of create, okay? So module 13 volume, right at the top here you see a resource, okay? This is not an assignment. This is for you to open and use. It's full of tools that will help you find the volume of lots of different shapes: cones, cylinders, spheres, triangular pyramids. All of these things we can find the volume of, okay? Today we're going to focus on the square prism and the rectangular prism, okay? And for any prism, right, let's see here, I'm going to go back to that page. For any prism, we're going to read some of these key points and steps. We're going to take some notes. You're going to draw this stuff out. You're going to pause your video as much as you need to, okay? Volume, I'm going to just kind of highlight as I read. Volume is 3 dimensions: length times width times height, okay? These 3 dimensions, right? And this one is a square prism. It's a square prism. So we're gonna follow these key steps, okay? It says answers are written as to the third units or units cubed. Okay, so this one is going to be inches cubed or cubic inches. That's how you would write that. Okay, and it says to find the volume, let's see here, to find the volume of any prism, find the area of the base, which is in the name, and multiply it by the height. So to find the area of a square, okay, the area of a square, we said this was a square prism. Let me see here. I'm gonna highlight this green, okay? I'm just gonna go around this square. Ooh. Doesn't really highlight very well when I go up and down. Okay, I'm highlighting this square green, and I know it's a square because it's 4 inches by 4 inches, and squares have the same length and width. Okay, so the area of that is equal to side squared or 4 squared, which is equal to 16. Okay, so it says find the area of the base and multiply by its height. And the height connects. Okay, the height connects the 2 squares. Or if it was a triangular, prism, the height would connect the 2 triangles. So now we're going to do 16 16 times 7, because we found the area of the base and we multiplied by the height. And 16 times 7 equals 112. So this is 112 inches cubed, or cubic inches. Okay, and that's how you find the volume of a square prism, or any prism. For any prism, you're going to find the area of the base and multiply by the height. Okay, for a square, you can just do side cubed, right? You could do side cubed, or you could do length times width times height. Okay, any of that would work. But if you find the area of the base and multiply by the height for any prism, you're going to get it. Okay, so again, I'm going to go back here into the classroom, and today you're going to find in your classwork, right, it says classwork homework. I'm going to open that up. You're going to see I haven't assigned this yet. It just says watch the video, take notes while solving problems, pause and watch the video. That's what you're doing right now. Follow the IXL link and follow the volume. Find the volume of cubes and rectangular prisms. So you're just going to come in here and you're going to click on the IXL link, and it looks just like this. Okay, and it does say 6th grade review. This is still part of the 8th grade curriculum. Okay, we're practicing these skills that we've learned in the past, and then we're building on them. We're going to find the volume of lots of different shaped prisms. Okay, remember, pause the video as you need to. Okay, to find the volume of this rectangular prism, volume equals length times width times height. Okay, so the volume is going to be equal to L times W times H. Okay, and these are each feet. Okay, it's 3 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet, and that's why we get cubic feet when we're done, because it's feet to the 3rd power. So it's 15 times 5, so volume equals 75 feet cubed, or cubic feet. So let's type that in and see what we get. 75. Okay, now the next one, it's the same thing. Okay, you're just going to multiply the length times the width times the height, or you're going to find the area of the base. You're going to identify a base. It doesn't really matter. Pick a rectangle, right, and call this the base. Okay, and that thing is 3 yards by 4 yards. Okay, so it's 12 yards squared, and then multiply that by the height, or the line that connects the 2 rectangles, the base that you just found the area of. So that would be 12 times 5 equals 60 yards cubed. And remember, this was 12 yards, and this was 12 yards squared times 5 yards gives you 60 yards cubed. Okay, so we're going to skip a few. We're going to skip some and see what we get. This is the same. We're going to skip that. We're going to go to the next level. This is the same thing. Okay, now we're missing one of the sides. We're missing one of the 3 dimensions of this rectangular prism, and we're just being asked to find that. So we're going to take all the information we have. We're going to take what we know. Okay, we know what the volume is, and we know the length and the width, and we know the height. We're just calling that D. Okay, so let's say that volume is equal to length, width, and height. And we're going to say this is length, and this is width, and this is height. It doesn't really matter which one's which. Okay. Not in this particular case with this rectangle. And the volume is 1,140 inches cubed, and that's equal to 19 inches times 20 inches times h inches. We don't know how many h is yet. So I'm just gonna kind of skip some steps here, but I'm gonna do it all together in the calculator. I'm just gonna do my division, 1,140. I'm gonna divide that by 19 times 20, and I put that in parentheses, and that equals 3. Okay, so if I divide both sides by 19 inches by 20 inches, those cancel, and I'm left with h inches equals, how many was that? 3. If we divide both sides by 19 inches by 20 inches, we are left with 3 inches. Okay, and that's our solution. Let's try it out. 3 inches. And that's it. Okay, this one is the same problem again. You find all the information you need to find the value of t. Okay, it's the length, the height, or the width. It doesn't matter. Okay, and now it's a word problem. It says each side of a cube is 13 inches long. So it's a cube. All 3 sides are 13 inches long. So the volume of a cube is equal to the side cubed, or the area of the base times the height. So the volume is equal to 13 to the 3rd power. Okay, we just have to read these problems as many times as we need to understand what we're being asked. 2,197. Okay, and this is the same as what we did before. You're missing one of the sides. Okay, you just have to put the information you know into the equation and solve for the missing value. Okay. Thanks for being here, boys and girls. If you have any questions, I'll be in a Zoom meeting this afternoon. You know where to find these resources in the classroom. If you're having trouble with any of it, reach out to me. Call, text, email. I'm here for you. Thanks, boys and girls. Have a great day.